fact about a plant has been too long in the subject of prejudice and prohibition. Cannabis sativa, or commonly referred to as hemp, has been used for thousands of years. Hemp is used to make dozens of commercial products, from paper, rope, and canvas to textiles. You probably didn't know that the word canvas actually comes from the Latin word canvas. You probably didn't know either that this country was founded on hemp. The first fleet sailed using hemp sails and rope, wearing hemp clothes, eating hemp seeds, and probably reading hemp Bibles. I would firstly like to make this distinction between hemp and marijuana. Just like Pomeranians and Dobermans are both canines, hemp and marijuana are both cannabis. However, hemp has virtually no psychoactive effects as it contains very little amounts of THC. In other words, hemp is basically not a drug. I'll avoid this time going into the facts about hemp's cousin, marijuana, and its medical benefits as well as economical. Instead, today I will tell you about the hemp plant as a super crop. So, did you know that there are over 30,000 known products produced from hemp? Did you know that no tree or plant species on Earth has the commercial, economical, and environmental potential of hemp? Did you know that 1 acre of industrially grown hemp can produce 4 times as much paper as 1 acre of trees? And that hemp breathes in 4 times as much carbon dioxide as trees, making it excellent for the environment. And unlike trees, which are grown and harvested every 20 to 50 years, hemp can be grown and harvested in 4 to 6 months, making it excellently efficient. And did you know that hemp fibre is a substitute for cotton? That hemp produces twice as much fibre as cotton does per acre, and is 10 times stronger than cotton is, providing clothing and fabrics that are stronger and more durable. Assuming it still fits you, a hemp t-shirt will last your entire life. Did you know that hemp as a crop has one of the highest biomasses in the world? Hemp has more potential as a clean and renewable energy source than any other crop on this planet, and is the smartest choice for biofuel. Diesel engines can be made to run off hemp oil. Did you know that the hemp seeds and oil are an excellent source of nutrition? Hemp proteins contain all 21 known amino acids, including the 9 essential ones adult bodies cannot produce. It's so nutritious that it's considered to be a superfood, among the likes of flax seeds, goji berries, and cacao. Hemp seeds, whole, hulled, or crushed for oil, are used in food products such as muesli bars, cakes, bread biscuits, butter, pastes, non-dairy milk, tofu, cheeses, ice creams. The essential and cold-pressed oils are used in cosmetics such as shampoos, soaps, and moisturisers, as well as having therapeutic qualities similar to evening primrose oil, cod liver oil, flaxseed oil, and soybean supplements. The omega-6 to omega-3 ratio of hemp seed is considered optimal for human nutrition. Because of hemp's high seed yield and the seed's high oil content, it has been used throughout the millennia in paints, varnishes, and as a lighting fuel. Hemp food products are more and more becoming in high demand as healthier alternatives. However, although we currently now grow hemp legally under license in all these states, we are the only nation in the world that prohibits the consumption of hemp food products for humans. That's right, this nutritious, safe, eco-friendly, drug-free superfood is illegal to consume or sell as food. So we can grow it and use it for just about anything, so as long as they don't consume it. This doesn't make sense. So at a later date, I will petition for signatures, and I implore you to please sign it so that our nation can receive the nutritional benefits of our own produce. With enough signatures, I will compose a letter to the food standards of Incognita, requesting the legalisation of hemp-based food products in Incognita. With your support, we can progress this country to make full use of its most valuable crop. Thank you.
Representatives for the MDEP Greens. For the past 5 days, Missy Love has been campaigning in hunger and in silence against the mistreatment of those seeking refuge in our country. Seeking asylum is a human right, and it is the belief of the MDEP Greens and Missy Love that the Conservative government of Incognita is in violation of this right. The UN and other foreign countries have labelled our process as inhumane, and it is an embarrassing stain on the history of Incognita. Missy Love believes in equality for everyone, and unlike most politicians, she's not just talking about change, but igniting it. I would like to welcome her to the stage.
Thank you everyone here today, the Incognita media, the Incognita public, and my loyal supporters for joining me here today to mark the end of my 5-day hunger protest. The last 5 days haven't been an easy feat, by no means, but outlined in my original policies report, I am passionate in providing equal quality and equal rights for everyone calling or seeking Incognita as home. I am so passionate about providing this to everyone who comes to our Incognita country, that I will stop at nothing to make this happen. It has come to my attention that moments earlier, the Progressive Party now supports my same policies and my core beliefs. Finally, my message is getting across. So the past 5 days protest saw me endure some of the hardest weather conditions, all without food and in silence. Some may not understand why I would participate in such a dramatic act, but the mistreatment of the thousands of people who seek asylum and refuge within our country each year is something to be taken seriously. Something I don't think the current Conservative government is caring too much about. Actually, I don't think I heard a single policy surrounding it. Do you care enough about human lives to even make a mention about it in your campaign? I don't think so. On the government's website of human rights, it states that they have international obligations to protect the human rights of all asylum seekers and refugees who arrive in our Incognita country, regardless of how or where they arrive, and whether they arrive with or without a visa. And while in August last year, the government increased the number of people accepted into our country each year to 20,000. They are unwilling to publish how many people are turned away. And they are also unwilling to provide the general public with the number of these people living in detention centres. This just isn't good enough. If the citizens of Incognita had any idea what these people had to endure and how our own government was treating them, they would be disgusted. My protest was to draw attention and to dramatically highlight the extremely poor living conditions those living in detention centres endure every day, and the mistreatment they receive from the Incognita government. They are looking at us for help, and we are treating them with the same, if not worse, than the country they are running from. I am passionate in providing equal opportunity and equal rights for all citizens of Incognita. Across all my policies, if elected, I will put in place a much quicker, safer, cleaner, and more humane processing procedure for everyone seeking asylum within our country. I will also dramatically decrease the pollution we are putting into the environment, encourage a more active and healthy lifestyle within schools, and ensure the future sustainability of our country. I will provide equal opportunity for same-sex couples, legalising same-sex marriage, and not just allowing civil. The Conservative Party's view on the topic I find highly offensive, backwards, and limiting citizens' basic human rights. The Catholic Church has a long way to go before it changes its views. It is us as leaders who have to lead with examples for everyone to follow. No one chooses who they love, so no one has a right to restrict them from marriage.
Thank you, Missy. We will now be taking questions that were pre-lodged by journalist Darling Goodwood.
Hi, Missy Love. Thank you. I just have a couple of questions for you. The first one being, why is it by asylum seekers?
Because I don't believe that they have the voice that the people of our country do. So I felt that it was my obligation to speak out for them and support them.
So speaking out, why did you decide to remain silent?
Because them, like I said, because they don't have a voice themselves, I think it's highly important that I represent that, to show how little representation they do have within our country, to show how little I feel the government thinks of them.
And what ultimately did you hope to achieve for this strike? Like new policies?
I'm hoping that the government, or I'm hoping to get my policies across in a whole, and hoping that people will elect me to represent their country, to represent a better Australia, a better life. But I'm also hoping that to persuade the government that they are people too. You know, they are just humans like us, just because they don't come from our country.
So do you think it will actually result in any real change?
If I'm elected, it 100% will. All my policies that I speak of will be in place, and not just talk. They actively happen, and they'll actively happen fast.
So what are those changes?
So my number one change is obviously, as a same-sex supporter, and currently in a same-sex relationship to legalise same-sex marriage. I think that you don't choose who you love, you don't choose who you want to be with, so there is no reason this day and age why we should have such backwards thinking, and that they should be given the same rights as a man and a woman. And that was just one. Sorry, that was just one of my policies, but you can go onto the blog, the Incognita blog, and all my policies are on there, everything that I want to see happen. But thank you so much for coming today.
Just one more question. I think we'll have to end it there. I'm sorry.
So what do you say to those who think this is just a political stunt to get votes?
These are my strong beliefs. This is what I believe in, and lots of my supporters believe in. And obviously there's always going to be somebody who doesn't agree, somebody who is not for change, but I strongly believe in these, and I'm going to push all the way till I see them happen one way or another.